1984 Sephardic Archives interview. Brooklyn, New York.
So you know what we're doing?
I think so. You want a compilation of everything that we have in our...
We're really interested in knowing about the musical tradition, and I think right now we're really interested in knowing about the pizmonim and the bakashot, or whatever you choose to...
Yes, but what did Mo tell you about bakashot?
Mo talked mainly today about the tradition in general and about pizmonim. He didn't. He talked about makam.
Oh, yeah.
What is your area of special?
I don't know nothing about music. All I know is, I don't know no notes, anything like that. All I know is what we learned when we went home on Saturday.
That's what we
and in the synagogues, And anybody continually listens to something, they can get it very, very simple. Of course, it's easy when you're young, it just comes natural.
Yeah.
And bakashot is something that's sung only on Saturday mornings before prayers. You can sing for at least 2.5 hours if you want, But usually they try to do it faster, about an hour and a half or so. But like in Jerusalem, they can stay there like for 4 hours. And this is all done before prayers. So when it's time to pray, already you're all wound up, and those are really original music. I don't think they take it from any Arabic music or anything like that. I think it's something that I think the people that wrote the words may also made the music. I'm not sure about that, but they're original sounds, original music, but gorgeous.
So you can sing the tradition.
Yeah, I could sing, but it's maybe about 40 pages. But I don't know if did he show you the book of Pizmonim?
Yeah.
Yes.
You got it here?
It was a mistake not to bring it with
Because
us.
you can start from the beginning till the end, and each one had like about 5 or 6 verses, and then from one song it goes into another song, and from another song it goes to another song, and it keeps going till the end, and they start to pray after that. But it's marvelous music. People put them in notes. I don't know if anybody put them in notes. I think there's a person by the name of Gabriel Shrem that worked with somebody, I don't know where, and I think he put all these things in notes, but he knows more about it than I do.
Well, we'd really be interested in hearing, what you know about. Other people can talk with us about makam or whatever.
You want to hear the sounds, how they sound?
Yes, very much. If you would
But
say.
I wish I had a book. Maybe I can go next door and get a book from the synagogue.
Yeah, I do have. I'm sorry we didn't bring
see.
the books. That was a mistake. This
I
was
can get one from next door if you
Can we
want.
get it from next door?
I can get one from the exit.
Oh,
I can go get it.
Do you have one down in the archives? Okay.
Oh, you want me to go get? Try to get a Pizmonim book? I'll go
No,
from
because they said they didn't have any. We were just.
Well, they wouldn't give
kidding.
me one. They have, but they wouldn't give
I
me.
said.
Yeah.
They have one.
Maybe I go. Let me see. I go in the car.
Do you want to?
I'll take a look.
You want me to go look in your car if you give me the keys?
My car. Oh, you find every crap in that joint. You want me? I'll take 5 minutes if you want me to go look, or else I can borrow a book from the synagogue. Why? What's the big deal? Take a second. Okay.
Thank you.
Oh, you saw this book, huh?
Here's.
So you can see all the work they have in this. This is all poetry, and sometimes when they write a song and the name is for a person by the name of Abraham, the first letter starts with A, the next verse with a B, and the whole. Get that? So now you want to know about the bakashot, right? Bakashot starts from page 8 and it ends on page 72. So that's 60 some odd pages of songs that we know. And thank God I know 99% of them all. It was very easy to learn when you're young. So you want to know how the first one goes?
The reason why I'm telling you the first one is because I remember my brother-in-law. He used to tell me when he was a child, he used to hear his father dress early in the morning on Saturday morning, about 4 in the morning, and he's still like half asleep, and he would hear his father singing the first Bakashur song, trying to wake him up to come with him. So I'm a lot of breath first. So now just imagine, this is the first Bakashur song. El mistatir b'shafrir hebyon hasechel ha'ne'alam mikol rayon Allah ta'alot mukhtar b'cheter elyon keter yitenu lecha Adonai. That's the first song you see. So you can imagine the synagogue is all empty, and about 10, 15 people start to sing this. And as the time goes, there'll be more people coming and joining in. So this is the first one. This is for Abraham. So it starts with El, which is the Aleph, and then Bereshit and Rehovot, and everyone it's all poetry, and it's just praises of God. Then he goes into another song. After he finished that, he goes right into another song. Le'ma'aka ve'lo lanu le'ma'ancha ve'lo lanu worship be'me'ara. And he goes into another song. But each song has about 6, 7 verses. And every song is different. May sound, you just heard 2 of them, may sound almost alike, but they're not. And I don't know what else. I mean, what should I do?
Do you have to get from one song to another by using a...
Oh, you see what happens sometimes? When you finish one song, all of a sudden they have like a little psalm of David or something. And they sing it, and before they end the song, they have to go into what he probably was telling you, Makam, to fit into that song for the next verse, because not every song is the same song. It ends like, or it begins where it ends. For the next song, it may end with a different, altogether scale. Like we ended off like, Veshamadli kameno ra. Then they say this psalm, and they end off to go into the next song, which is not the same makam as we've just finished. The one we just finished goes like this, Ram, but then the next one goes, Yomarna Yisra, altogether different makam. But we end off, Yomarna Yisrael, Shira le'elayom, Rohashim zimratel, El Yidroshun yom yom. Then they have another verse before the next song, and the next song is a little different melody. Yemotai kaluke. See what I mean? All the difference. And this is the way it is. But they're beautiful, huh? Yes, sir.
Is this all sung congregationally? Everybody
Congregationally,
together?
yes.
Not any solo?
Right, solo, there's some solos, but, there's some solo where a person himself has a nice voice. He sings one verse by himself, nice, but usually it's all sung, and, so they're all beautiful. Everyone is, you don't appreciate it till you get older. When you're young and you sing, well, you think, you want to hear something? I don't know. Kama Elohai Tobot Gemalta Ani Shale Babi gamaha shabi dibrene mu'atcha yimarbe belebi labte teshukatcha ki cholye yemotai ki cholye yemotai chesed meshachta. Then you go to the next verse and you go ni ben, and the next person takes the solo. But that's just one, and I sometimes imagine 100-piece orchestra singing, playing these tunes, and it's original. See, it's not copied from anything else. And that's one. Then you go to other songs.
You say in that one, somebody takes a solo there.
Yeah. When you end up like this, when you end up like, hey, said me shachta, then another guy goes, ni benane, and then I keep going.
And that particular song is
That
always
particular
done.
song,
it's
yeah,
always
that's
done
right,
that way.
yeah.
Uh-huh.
And
When did you learn when you were a very small child? When
yes,
you
that's
learned
right,
these?
that's right, yeah. You know, like Friday night after Shabbat, after we finish eating, we start singing. It's just my brother and I, my father, every week, he'll tell us a story about the portion of the week, and we lived on the east side, nice coal stove, 7 kids, Right? and then in the morning we go to synagogue and we sing the songs in the morning, It was a way of life, and it was very nice. And let me see what else.
Have you always lived in New York City, or did you?
I was born in New York City.
Uh-huh.
I was born on the east side.
When did your parents come here from?
They came maybe in 1910 or something like that.
1910 from Aleppo?
Right on, Aleppo. At
Both of
that
them.
time. Yes, both of them. And, yeah.
You're starting the book with the first bakashot.
Right, El
Yeah.
Mr. Ted, right.
Does when bakashot is sung, do they always start with the first one in the book?
If they want, they can say anyway.
They can
Sometimes
start anywhere.
over here they start late, so they start from the middle of the book,
What time do they
because
start?
but if you want to read the whole thing, like in Israel, they start 3 in the morning, so they start from the beginning till the end. It takes you about 3.5 hours.
What time do you
See?
start?
Over here they start 7 o'clock. They only sing for an hour.
7 o'clock?
They start from the middle of the
Shabbat.
book. Because first of all, they don't even know the beginnings. Some of these people, they don't know the beginning, so that's why they start from the. That's the truth. They don't know.
So
There's very few people, yeah. But they have a tape of all these in Jerusalem. They made a tape of all. You can ask Dave Towell. They have a tape of all beautiful voices. We have about 3-hour tape. Ask Dave, ask Mo. He'll give you the tapes of these. And of course, you see, we sing it plain the way we were taught from Halab. So now in Jerusalem, they made it like a little fancy, but I'd say it's 80% pure. But they make it because they have nice voices and they change it around a little, but it's it's marvelous.
So the order is set and the melodies are set wherever they're sung. There's a beginning.
Right. Every song is sung the way it is. Every one has its own song.
And would it be sung the same way in Egypt, say, for instance, as it would be in Syrian?
Sometimes they take verses, the original verses that way. Then they take the other verses and they make it like in a modern tune, what they know, which fits into the tune that they want. That's in Israel, they do that,
In Israel.
We see some of these in Ashkenazic, but they have probably a different tune, or it's not our tune at all. But they haven't got much. They haven't got much of a selection. If any person would take a look at this, they'll think it is Einstein here. We don't know all of them.
Yeah.
These are old, hundreds of years old. They're lost. They're gone forever. All we know is the ones we know.
The bucket shop melodies which you sing here, are they the same ones that you were brought up with as a child? Have any new melodies been introduced to the bucket shop?
No, not in the bucket shop. You see, no. For instance, now we had like poets, like you have a bar mitzvah. You know what happens? You go over to the person, he'll write a song for your son. What's the son's name? Sion. He writes Sion, who his mother was, who his father was, who his brothers, all in that particular, and he'll make his own song up from an Arab song or something like that, just for this particular bar mitzvah. Or if there's a wedding there, and whatever that's a poet, which we had by the name of Ash'ar. I don't know this guy, this person here. Ash'ar over here. Here's another one, Rafael Tabush. He was in Halab. He was a genius, and he would go into these places where they drink coffee, ahwe, place, and he'd hear an Arab melody, and in 1 second he'll put Hebrew words into it, and he'll come back to the synagogue and he'll write it, and they'll sing it. But the words are exactly like you'll hear it in Arabic. He'll put the same words in Hebrew that you think it's Arab words. The song, the words, the Hebrew words, but they sound like, in poetry, they'll sound exactly like you're listening to an Arab song.
Were any songs written for you or your family?
Not me. I don't know. No, I don't think so. I want to show you one that. Let me see. This is a joke, but it's a very. I just want to show you the genius of this particular poet, Musa Ash'ar. You know Ash'ar? So this guy, he wrote a song about mitzvah for somebody. Okay, let me see where it is. You see, in Sephardic music, we like for instance, we never mixed with Goyim as far as religion is, but we took from them their music and put it in our Hebrew words. So in other words, the culture was the same, and there was we got along with them, we ate the same food, we listened to the same music, only we changed the Arabic words to Hebrew words. We had plays in Hebrew. Let me see. Okay, 322. I just want to give you a little anecdote of this person that told me the story. Now here's a bar mitzvah boy. His name, the father's name was Shemuel and Ser and Nesser. So now he has his wife by the name of Sanyar, Arabic. Her name was Sanyar. So now he tells this person, please write a nice song for me. My son is bar mitzvah. His name is Sion, and I've put all my family's name. So he's looking all over, and he says, after the song was finished, he said, you have my name here, Shemuel, like Shemuel, and Yin Sereni, Nasser, and all these words, and Sion, his son is bar mitzvah. But where did you put my wife? So he says over here, watch this. Behodeshni Sanyar Eni. So you see how? He broke a two word, Nisan, which is the month of Nisan, and Yar'eni. He showed me. So he broke a Ni. So watch this. Ni Sanyar 322 in the book. Any more questions? I don't know. But you get more from other people. You'll get Cabasso knows a lot. Cabasso is my nephew, by the way. And no. There's this guy. She got in touch with Shwem. He knows a lot. He knows more than any pizmonim. He knows more than I think anybody. And there's for every occasion. There's for bar mitzvah, for a bris, for pidyon, for marriage, all different songs. And every single week, like for instance, this week when Abraham
the portion of the week was when Abraham was circumcised. So there's a special tune for that week, where for circumcision we sing a certain song, and the whole prayers for that Saturday morning is based around that. And then the next week will probably be a happy, somebody gets married, and the whole thing changes. The ma'am, which probably Mo was telling you about, changes, and that's for that week. So every week, almost, there's about 8 different makamat. So it's never like a boring thing. It's never like every single Saturday a person comes in, you're going to hear the same songs. There's no such thing. For each one, there's about 10 different ones. And there's, we sing like Nishmat, Shav'at, a different tune, Elah Da'ot, a different tune, Semehim Besetam, a different tune, Mim Misrayim, a different tune, and Kedushah. Sort of, it's like the whole congregation joins in. It's not like a participation in listening to one cantor it becomes boring after a while. They don't even participate this way, and that's why you always find the Sephardic shuls. It's always mobbed, they're always young and they're old. It's always filled. Where on the other hand, on the Ashkenaz, if you're really very, very religious, it's crowded. Otherwise, there's no in between. The shuls are empty because there's no, it's either all or nothing. But with us, it's straight down the middle. There's no this way, no that way. And that's why we don't chase anybody away. We don't knock anybody. That's the way it is all over. That's what I think, anyways.
You just made a comment, and I just wanted to be sure I understood. You said the Pismon, last week there was a Torah portion about the circumcision of Abraham. Right. And therefore that the Pismonim for that day would have to do with the ma'am, with the Makam. That's right, because when you go to circumcision, there's a certain song we sing for circumcision. So we based this song on the whole melody of that particular week for that portion, the Makam. If I went to a Brit Milah,
yes, you'll hear. Oh, yes, of course. Yes, if you want to hear it, I'll play it for you.
But as far as the bakashot, that would not vary this week to the next.
No, bakashot has nothing to do with the prayers or nothing. No, the bakashot is strictly by itself. There's nothing to do with the. You could, like when we're singing a kaddish, we could pick out the song from the bakashot to sing the tune in a kaddish, which is that's not so bad.
Do you ever sing? I'm sorry.
Yes, go ahead.
Different words to the same tune.
Different words to the same tune. Of course. Like for instance, there's a tune that Kulthum sings, the Arabic. So now you got a guy like El Nadaf, he'll make up his morn, different words for a bar mitzvah or a wedding, and he'll base it on that tune. And that's what you want to know, right? Yeah.
Circumcision, that being basically a more solemn rite, would there be any joyous music or more happy music sung?
That's not so. That's a happy tune too, Sabah. It's a nice tune. If you want me to sing it for you, I'll give you an idea how it sounds. Well, 410. This song was sung on La. When you try to figure out the different ma'ams which I sang before. Maybe it's very difficult, but this is different altogether. Fa'ahu bi suri miskabi ki atana natata samha belibi bakhishain beyoma. That's the tune for that particular thing. And they get about 4 different songs for Milah, Matomana imdabar. It's on the same vein as ta ta da 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 da. And then you got another song which is different ma'am altogether. Listen to this ma'am. Enok ma halalni bi lefnei Elohe abi lechebod hamdat lebabi Eliyahu Hanabi. Altogether different.
Those are all associated with
that's for circumcision, yeah. You see, and we got songs for. You see in the back here, it has songs like I want to show you something. Oh, like over here. It's got if you give birth to a girl. There's a song for a girl. Give birth to a boy. There's the songs for Hanukkah. There's a song for Shebi'i, the 7th day of Pesach.
There's songs for Shavuot, when the Torah was given. There's songs for when a person gives birth to a boy. There's songs for Purim. The songs that, the songs for Rosh Hashanah, the songs for Sukkot, the songs for Shemini Atzeret, the songs for Simchat Torah. We have a million songs, and for each occasion it's... Yeah, go ahead. What do you mean?
Do most people know what they're singing? Do they know what it means?
I don't think so. Oh yeah, maybe.
I mean, when you sing, do you know what the words mean?
Not complete, not 100%, no. But I get the gist of it, You see, we were taught, first we were taught how to read. Read perfect. When you read perfect, the next stage is ta'amim. Ta'amim is the song, how a song is, there's special vowels on top of each, there's marks on how to sing the song. And after that, we learn sharh. Sharh is the meaning of the words which we were taught in Arabic. So it's not like today, they start from the top and the basic, they can't pronounce the words perfect. They can't pronounce the het, they can't pronounce the ayin. When they want to say like God is with you, you're supposed to say Adonai Imachem, right? Imachem. So what do they say? Adonai Imachem, God is your mother. No, because the pronunciation is not there. No, because the pronunciation is say instead of Now you can't say you say ch. So it's altogether different. It changes the whole meaning around. So that's what I'm trying to say, like, even today they're not really taught perfect. I fortunately had rabbis, they came from the other country and they didn't even know how to speak English. We taught us just Hebrew, perfect, and the tune. And there's tunes for Nebi'im, there's tunes for Mishleh, there's tunes for Tehillim, there's tunes for Echa, there's tunes for everything, which these kids today know more. They don't know.
In the book, in the index, how are the pizmonim organized? I mean, is it through the calendar year? Is it?
No. Let me see. No, you see, according to Makam. That's right. According to Makam, yeah. That's right. According to Nahwand is like Ashkenaz. Oh, how we dance, da da da. That's like, and yes.
Are any of the pizmonim actually sung in synagogue? As against, festivities or whatever at home or...
when they have we have, like every Saturday, we have over here, go up to Shara Sion, you come one day, you'll be amazed.
We went there.
The whole group, on a Saturday, if you can ever make it. First of all, they have probably 10 occasions for the day. That'd be a bat, that'd be a van, a boy, a girl, 2 weddings, a guy's going to get married, a guy's engaged, a guy came back from his honeymoon, then they're going to pronounce the boy's name if he has it. So for each and every time a person goes to the synagogue, every time he goes up to the Torah, they sing a song for him. The next guy comes down, a be a bat, a different song for a girl. And it goes. And then after that, whoever has an affair has a big spread at the home. And they go to their homes, 60, 80 people, and they all start singing songs. Wherever they, and
When we start singing at their homes,
yes.
Do they have instruments?
No, you're not allowed on Shabbat to play instruments.
Oh, of course.
No, not on Shabbat. Probably if you want to get together Saturday night and sing a song, of course. In fact, there's a tape by Joe Cotton has a tape of pizmonim with, I don't know if you had that. Or
the Israel tape we have.
That's right. So you see, so all these are pizmonim with, and he's great, this guy. He's a musician. I'm not a musician. I can't remember. No. I can have everything in my head, like I can know how the concerto and F solo goes by the piano, but I can't play it because I never in my life even played. I'm a jazz fan, by the way.
He's got an incredible collection.
Yeah. Anything else?
What jazz in particular?
What jazz? I'll tell you what jazz. You see, when I was a kid, I loved Artie Shaw. I think he was way ahead, and Tommy Dorsey, and all this. But then, when I was in the army, I heard somebody from the West Coast, U.S. Army, by the name of Kenton. And I just went wild about the guy. I used to go crazy for his music. It was so fantastic that when I came back from the army, whenever he came to the East Coast, Carnegie Hall, New Jersey, the Steak Pit, me and my wife would drive and we'd go, and I tape and I know every single album, and a video, and the guy died about 4 years ago. I got a book just thick about his life. So he's my, I love that guy, you know.
Do you see any connections between the two musics?
No, but I only wish I ever, because he was such an advanced person with all kind of different music. And he tried so many things. He wasn't like static, you go and you eat Benny Goodman, you hear one song he played 40 years ago. This guy, every year, he played something, he tried everything, strings and French horns, and he did everything. So if I knew something about music, I would probably write a cassette for one of these cassette. You know what I mean? And probably he would have said, wow, this is really original. Am I right? Because an American would write something like an American music, Gershwin or whatever. But something like this, an American would write something Oriental that never came about. Because I don't know music, you see. But I mean, if I read a lot about him where people came and gave him manuscripts, and he would, Spanish. He tried everything, Cuban music, opera, everything. Anything else?
Who starts the Bakashot off? I mean, you don't have to have the cantor from the synagogue.
No. Plain people will sit down and start to miss, and it'll all join in, and it's beautiful.
Is the chazan, is the cantor ever there?
Not really. No, it doesn't. You don't need a chazan for that. Unless they're all chazanim and they're together and they sing, but just plain people. They have this in Mexico too. They have a big Sephardic Syrian community there, and they have bakashot too. But it's a dying thing. Can I tell you a story that's maybe you'd never believe, but it's true. It happened. I don't know if you ever saw the 67th Street Synagogue. That was the first synagogue they built when they came to Brooklyn, 1920. Now, since 1920 till about 7 years ago, bakashot never stopped. Every single morning, on a Saturday morning, till 7 years ago, this Egyptian Hazan Salem? It was snowing. The snow was up to here. He comes in, the door is locked. Nobody there. He hears voices in there, bakashot. Nobody was there. And if you go into this synagogue, you really feel something spiritual. I take people come from Israel like Rabbi. I said, look, you've seen plenty of synagogues in your life. I want to show you something. I open the door. I said, don't go in yet. I put the lights on. I open the door. And then you go in, and they're starry-eyed because they can feel, because we had such great rabbis in that synagogue, really, really great men. When I say great men, plain, average, none of this, real down-to-earth people, but they're really, today we see them as like, we can build an edifice for each one of them, but we don't, because that's what not. They go straight to the Hechal, they kissed her, whatever they was there to kiss, and they never saw anything like it. Remember I told you I wanted to take you? But you never went. See? So next time.
We'll make an appointment.
No, I really mean it. Any afternoon, people go in Amsterdam and they see these synagogues, and they go to Jerusalem and Tosafot, and they go to these places. But we have right over here, and I live right around the corner from it. And I go every Saturday morning, I pray in that shul. Used to be, how Sha'ar Sion was? Mob, that's why it used to be there, because they all lived there at one time. Now they all moved to here. There's about 20 people on Saturday there. But it's still nice, and I love it. So, yes.
Did I hear you say that the singing of bakashot is a dying tradition? Did you say that?
Yeah, because I don't know if it's.
So.
Yeah, I don't know. Only people that know it is the very few people that come to the synagogue. I mean, the young people don't know it. That's what I mean by dying. It's still going on, but.
We've heard that young people are learning pizmonim, but they're not learning bakashot.
No, bakashot. No, not bakashot. Pizmonim, they only know a few. Why not?
I don't know why not. If they came to shul in the morning and heard it, they would learn. I mean, if anybody's interested, I teach a lot of bar mitzvah boys. I teach bar mitzvah boys. And when I see a kid that really has potential, I say, you could be, how many in your fingers, how many people know how to read a Sefer Torah? Very, very few. I said, you could be one of them. But you talk to them, I say, what's going to happen? You're going to see me 7 years later, and you say, gee, Mickey, I wish I listened to you. But they're all the same. They don't, and they have potential. So you say, why don't they learn? What are you going to do? I mean, you're not going to go, nobody's going to go to yeshiva and start singing bakashot to them. They'll figure, that's it. We got more important things to learn. I used to teach pizmonim in Magen David. Today I see these kids married and everything. They still know, and that's the only thing they remember. Other things, geography and all things they might forget. And they're married and they say, wow, we sing it in the Sebbets now when they go, and they always remind me of it. That was the best class. I used to go there 20 minutes a week. I used to teach them 2 pizmonim a week. 2 pizmonim a week, can you imagine? They would know about 40 or so. And they know it. What else?
Do you think the fact that the young people seem to be more interested in pizmonim than in bakashot might have anything to do with the fact that the impression I've been getting is the bakashot is more specifically a part of the religious service at one particular time of day, tied more to the liturgy, whereas pizmonim can be done more often?
Pizmonim are like they're happy and it's a festive thing, but bakashot is a class by itself. For a person that loves, like he sees a painting of art, this is what bakashot is to people that are interested in music or something different. The other one is sing together. That's different, but bakashot is a class by itself, I think. Anybody that knows it would agree with that point.
You said that you taught pizmonim 2 a week.
I would go for 20 minutes to 3 classes. I had 9 classes for the week. I would go to one room, 20 minutes, to another room, and then 20 minutes, another room, 20 minutes. And then the following day I would go to another 3 different classes. And another day, 3 different classes. And they would learn. I'd bring all the books with me, I'd give them out, and I'd start, okay now, open up to page 107. And you could learn it in 2 seconds. You repeat after me. Yom, yom. Go ahead.
Yom, yom.
Okay, you see, 2 letters already.
What did you teach us?
I'm telling you.
Did you teach us one before you go?
In 2 seconds. Okay, I'll teach you an easy one. I just to show you how. I'll show you. Okay, I'll teach you an easy one. I'll teach you a nice one. Okay, you ready? Okay. Repeat after me.
What page?
130. Malki le'am etani pedutam Ishmael. So we got so far. Malki le'ametani pedutam Ishmael. Next verse, almost the same thing. The same thing is here. I'm teaching you a simple one. The next words. Miyado yebomani. Miyado yebomani. Veye lahem ezra. And you got 2 notes. Veye lahem ezra. Next verse is the same thing, different words. Shubha bibasereni lembotam tetair kebizmana kadmoni ahazir ha'atara bum bum ahazir ha'atara. can learn it in 2 seconds. So right, in 10 minutes you can learn this. Am I right? Repeat after me again. Malki le'ametani, Malki le'ametani, Pedutam, pedutam, hishmael, pedutam, pedutam, hishmael. Miyad oyeb wam'ani, miyad oyeb wam'ani, veye lahem ezra, veye lahem ezra, veye lahem ezra, veye lahem ezra. So that makam is rust. Remember what we said? Remember, and we said for the bris, ta 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 ta, different altogether. This is ba da 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 da. This is ba da 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 da. So that's the way it is. Another 5 minutes, because I have to go say Kaddish for my sister. Passed away 3 weeks ago. Anything else? No. Isn't that a nice song? Your kids love it.
Great
song.
song.
They got together. Bam, 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 bam. When the chief rabbi came to, so we have a song when a person comes and you want to welcome him. We have a welcome song for him. Baruch haba and things like this. So when the chief rabbi came, I had 4 kids singing a song. The guy went out of his mind. He comes to America, English speaking, singing a song. He was back in Halab or something. So you see, the roots of us is beautiful, but people have to be interested in it.
Are there different rhythms that are associated with different makam?
Right. Of course, each house. One is slow, one is beat, one is.
So with a certain makam, then you wouldn't use a certain rhythm, perhaps.
Right. But each makam has not one rhythm. Each rhythm, different rhythms. They're not all slow and all.
Is there a word for rhythm?
What's that?
Is there a special word in Arabic?
Rhythm?
That you use? What do you talk about it together?
I don't know for rhythm. We have now just to show you, you think that every song like in this Ma'amras is that kind of rhythm. No, I'll give you another song. Melech Shochen Shemeze Mulam Hai Mukhtar Becheter Mala. And it goes on. But see, that's a little more solemn.
Yeah.
But still the same ma'am. Rust.
But there might be a rhythm that's completely inappropriate for rust.
No, they're all every rhythm. No,
It changes
it's
from
nice. The ma'am itself is pretty. Chama B'Jaya said likes rust.
When you use the word ma'am, is this just another form of makam, or is it a separate word?
No, ma'am is just a special tune. A tune for each. I don't know how to. You know, it's a special
is the tune.
music for that particular bam. And then the ma'am is different ma'am. Sabah, you got ras, you got sigar, you got hijaz, you got. You know what I mean? Like Nahwan. Nahwan is da 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 da. You see the difference between that and ras or da 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 da. Da 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 da. So we got another da 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 da. It's the same ma'am, which is called Nahwan.
Yeah.
Oh, da 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 da. It's the same ma'am, Nahwan. You see? What do you want to say?
No, it's just something Are there any Sabbaths when you don't have bakashot, like say between Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur?
If it's a Saturday, we have bakashot. Well, if Saturday falls on Rosh Hashanah, probably not, you know. But the Shabbat, that's nothing to do with the holiday, really. People, I don't think so.
I know you have to go to Minyan. And
Yes, 4:30. Yes.
When will we see you? Will we see you with Isaac Cabasso next week?
I hope so. Tuesday, he told me.
Do you know
if I go
where?
in.
And do I need to write you?
No, he's going to take me. I'll go with him if I have nothing to do.
Okay.
Okay. Yes. I'm also a masseur.
Yeah, he was great massaging.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay.